This move is called the teabag, and it looks like this. We step back left to right, I step under blocking the lady, I step behind, and to finish off we can shimmy down, turn the lady out, finishing right to right. So taking that step by step, I step back left to right, raise my left hand just like a step across, step through but block with my right arm across the lady's waist. Sweep behind the lady, put my hand on her waist, and then I can shimmy down and up. This position where the man's legs are directly behind the lady's legs is called spoons, and is the position we're going to use for all the moves in this section. To finish, I can just nudge the lady out and finish right to right. This is a lady lift from the spoons position. It looks like this. I bend down, raising the lady's hand over, lift her up, spin round, put her down, take the hand back with an inside turn to finish. So, breaking the lady lift down step by step, first of all I get to the spoons position using any method I like. I usually shimmy down and up to stabilize the position, make sure I've got my feet slightly separated to give me good strength for lifting. I then use my left hand under the lady's left arm to raise it over my head. I duck down. It's important at this point to get the lady right up so her shoulder is horizontal, because a lift is going to come from there as well as from the leg. I then take my left hand over the top of the lady's left knee and I say, bend your knees. I lift her up and make sure that she's comfortable. Then I put her down. As I put her down, I offer my left hand so that I can do an inside turn to finish. Okay, a couple of teaching points on this. You're going to lift her with your shoulder, with your arm and with your leg, and be aware that in the summer if the lady's leg is bare this could be a bit intimate. And as you lift her, I usually say bend your knees, because if the lady sticks her legs out, it's dangerous as you're spinning around. Now the lady can either tuck her legs together like that, or let one leg trail like that. Rotating body rolls looks like this. I'm going to go into a teabag, but go straight into walking round in a little circle, swinging our hips around in a circle. So breaking the rotating body rolls down, I step back to do a teabag, blocking the lady and getting behind, which means as I step forward on my left foot I can start making us go round in a circle. So I'm keeping my right foot on the spot and then stepping forward with my left to move us. I'm also rotating my hips in an anti-clockwise circle to get the lady's body moving with me. That's all there is. Scissor kicks looks like this. This time, I'm going to teach the footwork for this first, for the scissor kicks. Basically the man is doing a Manhattan on the spot with the lady in front of him, going forward on the left, back on the left, with a right step in between. So you're going left, right, left, right. From the forward position, you say this time, and you go back onto the right, left, right. And now we're going to do the kick going forwards. This is to get the momentum. I'm going to go left and raise the right leg. And it's that momentum going forwards and the raising of the right leg that lifts the lady. To do scissor kicks well, you need to lift the lady. I've got my right arm around her waist. I'm going to use that to lift her up and pull her against my body. I've got my left palm facing up, her palm facing down, supporting her there. And as I lift her, I'm going to lean back slightly so as to give her some support. The footwork, as we said, is to go forwards and back. From the forward position, I say this time. Then the lady must keep her own balance. She mustn't lean backwards on the man at any time during this. And as we walk forwards, left, right, as I lift, it's my right leg under her right leg that lifts her. She's going to lift her right leg first, taking the momentum I'm giving her, and then she's going to lift her left leg to make a scissor action. Very important that the man supports her on the way down as well. So put her down gently. So it looks like this. We're going backwards and forwards. I'm ready, so I say this time. We go backwards and forwards, and she goes up. To finish, I just raise the left hand to turn her out into an accordion. First move jump pose looks like this. I step back signalling, I bring the lady in, I say pose, and I throw her through the air, landing in a nice pose position, and then we come up slowly to finish the move and step back. This is a signal known by many people to mean first move jump. The most important thing about it is the timing of the jump. We step back, we step in for a first move, we turn the lady out. At this point in all these jumps, the man doesn't put his foot back, he keeps in a nice stable position ready to lift her. And then the timing is that from that back position on the and, you both go down, so you're both giving some lift to the jump. So it's and up, and on the up you jump. So for this simple jump pose, all I'm going to do is modify it. I'm going to do this to tell the lady I wanted to jump. I'm going to bring her in and I'm going to say pose. So instead of throwing her away a long way or up into the air as you do in a normal first move jump, I've told her I just want her to kneel on the floor on the other side. So I get my arm all around the waist and I give her a little lift and throw her away as I go down, and we both raise our hands. We then slide together slowly and step back. In this move I want the lady to kneel on my arm, so I'm going to slap it here. Same jump timing. It looks like this. We step back, we step in, she jumps, and then I spin round, and then I put her down behind me. Finish off the first move any way you like. To make the first move jump kneel up here work well, you need good lift with the arm around the lady and lift her up to support her. When you're up there, if you feel stable, then the lady can let go with her hand. And if you feel confident, you can practice spinning slowly on your left foot and going down into a kneeling position to have different exit that looks like this. She jumps up, and then I start going down, pushing myself around with my right foot until I'm kneeling. The lady stands up and turns away from me to end like that. First move, jump sit. This time I want the lady to sit on my leg, so I'm going to slap my leg to signal that. The same timing, we both go down on the and to lift afterwards. So it looks like this. Step back, bring her in, turn her out, lift her, put her down. Stand her up, turn her out, and finish off the first move. First move, hip jump, looks like this. Step back, hitting my hip, bring the lady in, give her some space, and lift her up. Spin if I want to, and put her down again. So breaking the hip jump down, it looks like this. We step back left to right, I slap my hip to indicate that I want the lady to jump up there. I bring her in for a first move, I turn her out. I make sure that my legs are stable and I've given us some space. I get my arm a little bit round her, not too much because I don't want to drag her in so that she can't get her legs round me. And then we do the and, the squat, and jump, she comes up. She gets one leg straight and one leg bent. And you can put her straight down again like that. If you want to turn, always turn the way the lady has jumped, which is going to be anti-clockwise. So it would look like this, and spin round. Put the lady down, step out of the way to finish off the first move. porn star looks like this. I step back right to right, signaling. The lady comes in straight, and then I use my right hand to lead her across into an ocho. After 4 steps, I stop and wait. She does a figure of 8 going down, and then brings her bottom up first to do the porn star movement. I prepare slightly and then turn away to finish off the move. Breaking the porn star down, it goes like this. We start right to right, and as I step back, I signal with my left arm out straight. This tells the lady that when I bring her in, I want her to turn straight in so she's in front of me. Then, after a slight pause to make sure she's ready, I'm going to use my right hand to bring her right hand forward so that she takes a step onto her right foot. She then starts doing a standard ocho movement, bringing the feet together, turning, and then going through. After a few of those, she stops, and I stand still behind her. Throughout this, I've got my palms facing up and her palms facing down to give her support, but at a nice comfortable position for the ladies, down at waist level. Now, some ladies know lots of different moves they can do from this position, so be ready for anything. If you're going to do a porn star though, the lady leads it, you just stand there, and it looks like this. She goes down with a figure of 8, and then she comes up, bringing her bottom up first, and then her head. When she's standing up, I can bring my right hand forward and then back to turn her out. Body sweeps looks like this. I step back signaling, bring the lady in, raise her hands, and then I shimmy down, taking her wrists near her body and back up again, preparing and turning out. The body sweeps move starts from this position, so you can bring the lady into it from a sway, or you can use it to finish off the porn star move because that's where you are. You raise the lady's hands up, taking her wrists. I need to make it very clear that in this move you do not touch the lady anywhere apart from her wrists. Then you bring her hands down along the sides of her body, letting the lady do what she likes with her fingers. When you get to low enough, you shimmy down, and then you shimmy back up again. And if you bring the right hand forward as you come up, it gives you nice impetus to turn her out. The man's rondé looks like this. I step back right to right, I bring the lady into a catapult, and I signal. She comes forward, taking my hand, I wrap her in, and we go into a walk around where I appear to be leading the lady, but she's actually leading me. When I've had enough, I put my foot down and turn her out. So breaking the man's rondé down, I step back right to right, and then do a standard single-handed catapult, bringing the lady under my hand, and then stepping forward. This is where it changes. I offer my left hand over my right shoulder. The lady sees that and realizes that I want her to take it when she comes in. As I step back, drawing her forward, she takes the hand. I then do a quick wrapping movement with my right hand to give her some momentum. I want her to go into a turn and to keep turning as I lower my left hand. As I get her into that position, I do a little hop to go onto my right leg bent, with my left leg sticking out into a rondé position. So now I'm sweeping round. What you need to practice is keeping balance on your toe. You need to be fairly close together, and the lady has to keep walking quite fast to give you good momentum. So the lady is actually doing all the work. The man is just standing there balanced on his toe. Try and keep your toe touching the ground so that it looks good. When you've had enough, you just put that foot down, raise the left hand, and lead the lady through. I call this move, How Did She Get There? It looks like this. I start a pretzel. I stop when she's behind me and spread my arms. She goes through my legs, and then I support her coming up the other side, and then we step back. So breaking it down step by step, How Did She Get There goes like this. I start left to right. I step back, offering my right arm behind, standard pretzel. I raise my left as she steps behind me, and then I straighten my arms instead of raising them. So we're now back to back with the arms straight. This is a choreographed move. She has to know she's going to do it. I say normally through the legs or nod at the floor. And then from that position, all I do is wait, giving her a little bit of support with my hands while she goes through my leg. She takes one leg through as far as she can, and then she ducks down. when she's stable, brings her head low and comes through. I get my hands underneath her arms and lift her up, and then we can step back. Counterbalanced sweeps look like this. We step back, we step in, we turn, we sweep, we come up, we turn, we sweep, we come up, we step back. So this is a choreographed move. If we've just finished the where did she go, then our hands are already in this position, ready to do the move. If not, you can get there just by stepping back and then roll your hands around the inside of hers, under her arms, and she takes yours. You need to be fairly close together to do this well. What you're going to do is counterbalance each other. So practice to start with, just going straight away from each other and feeling comfortable in that position. And then come up again. When that feels comfortable, then try doing it with a sweep. You need to turn slightly to the left, and then you go down, you sweep round, and you come up. So turn to the left, drive with the knees, keep the toes on the ground, and sweep round, and then up. And then you just step back. The high kneel looks like this. We go in and out. I say, this time. I lift the lady. And I support the lady. And I lower her. Let her down gently and turn her out. The high kneel is a choreographed move. Karen and I do it from an in and out. I say, this time. And she knows that she's to come in ready to jump. We both squat, I put my hands on her waist, she puts her hands on my shoulders. Then we get a good lift. So it looks like this. This time, as soon as I get her up, I put my hands under her buttocks to support her. That leaves her arms free so she can style them. I then spin round, stop when I'm ready to lower her. She's kneeling on my legs. I'm going to squat so she's got a good platform. I'm going to put my right arm around her waist all the way so I can support her really well as I lower her down. I come up. I lower her gently down my body. I turn her out. The kneeling Lambada looks like this. I kneel down and lead my partner into a circle. I wait down here while she takes her time getting round. When she's round the front, I beckon her in. When she comes in, one leg on either side, I put my hands on her shoulders and I lower her. Then I bring her back up again, raise her, raise me, step back. So, breaking down the kneeling Lambada, I start left to right. As I step back, I kneel down straight away, leaving my left knee in the air, ready for my partner to sit on. So I step back kneeling. I raise my left hand and bring it in a circle around my body. This gets the lady walking in a circle. Once the lady's walking, I can relax because she's just going to keep walking until she gets round to the front. While she's walking, she can do any style she likes, syncopation, whatever. When she gets round the front, ladies, make sure you keep well away so that when he beckons you in, there's plenty of room for you to come in. You get one leg on either side of his knee. As she sits down, I thrust my knee through as far as it will go so that she comes in close. I use my hands on her waist to pull her in. Then I move my hands to her shoulders. The lady then goes up on her toes, thrusts her knees forward and lies back. She ripples down, and you can roll the shoulders here. And then she ripples back up again, head coming up last. I put my hands on the lady's waist and stand her up. And then she can use her hand on my chin to look as though she's lifting me up as I step away from her and stand up. I then step back like that. When you get to this point where you beckon the lady in, she may decide she doesn't want to put one leg on either side. That's fine, ladies. As you come in, just turn away from him and sit down side saddle. Then he can stand you up and spin you out. The hard to get and the Dominator look like this. I step back, I bring the lady through doing 2 travelling returns to throw her far away, and then I pause. She joins in with my swaying, and then I bring her in. She plays hard to get as I drag her in slowly towards me. I get my right leg between her legs, shimmy down to make sure we're in a nice stable position, and then I put my hand under her chin, run my fingers down her chest, kiss her navel, bring her up and turn her out. So, breaking down the hard to get move, I step back left to right. I'm going to bring Karen past me and get her travelling. I'm going to give her 2 returns so that she's got plenty of time to move away from me. I want her as far away as possible, so I get out of her way, travelling return, so she keeps moving away. Once we're far apart, I stop. I sway from side to side. She can join in with that. Ladies sometimes do some other styling. That's fine. Keep away from the man and pretend that you're playing hard to get. And then make a big show, gentlemen, of bringing your hands down onto the lady's wrist. You keep your feet still as you bring her in towards you. When she gets close, take your right arm through. Make sure that you aimed her so that your right leg is between hers. Get your hand around her body, and then you can shimmy down. The shimmy is just to make sure that you're nice and stable, ready for the Dominator. A simple Dominator is just to put your hand on the lady's shoulder and push her away from you as you pull in with the waist and bend your knees so that she's got a platform to sit on. You take her down, you take her up. So this is just play acting with the hand. It actually isn't doing anything, it's just looking good. So I take her down, I bring her up. Ladies, the body ripple for a Lambada, the head goes down last, the head comes up last, makes it look better. If you want to ham it up and you know your partner well, you can make it even more dominating by putting your hand under her chin, taking her head back that way as you squat and put your hand tight on her waist. Bring your hand along her body, maybe an inch or 2 above the body. Kiss her navel if you wish, and then stand up again. If you take her left hand after a big move, it's always nice to do a big rondé. So you both bend your outside knee and sweep to get a good finish. The cross hand shimmy looks like this. I step back offering underneath and I shimmy my hands in and out, in and out. Do a couple of combs. Finish with a double comb. So breaking down the cross hand shimmy, I start right to right. I step back offering left underneath. What I'm going to do now is just play around. As I go in and out, I'm going to shimmy my hands backwards and forwards in an S shape. Ladies, please resist the temptation to join in with the lead, because if you do S shapes in different directions, it doesn't work. So focus on keeping your fingertips touching the man's, and then as he goes in and out, you get a nice movement, shimmying the hands backwards and forwards. I usually finish this off with some combs now. I'm going to do a comb with my right hand to myself, and when you're playing with combs, you can play with the music. I can bring it in quickly, and then she can take it away slowly, stroking my cheek. We catch underneath. I bring it in, I run my hand down her, and take underneath. And then for the last one, I do a quick one. I bring both hands in, sweeping to the top, and bring us in really close together again. Now, from this position in freestyle, what I would normally do probably is a shimmy and a lambada, like the ones we've taught you already. So for a bonus move, we'll teach you a different lambada. What I'm going to happen is I'm going to step back, taking both hands. I'm going to step in, changing to a ballroom grip, and I'm going to drop the lady straight down. Bring her back up, and finish off the first move. So let's look at that straight lambada in a tiny bit more detail. I step back taking both hands. I step forward, bringing my hands high and changing to a ballroom grip. I also put my right hand between the ladies. So we've got butterfly grips here with the thumbs through, nice and controlled, lots of support. Now all I do is I lower my hands and the lady goes down backwards. Again, she thrusts her knees forward, goes up on her toes so she can get all the way. I then bring her back up again, bringing the hands high, and step back. First of all, we'll show you what smooth sidings looks like. It goes like this. I step back, I bring the lady into a neck break, I turn her out, and then I step forwards and lower the hand to lock her in place beside me, and we do some Manhattan positioning moves. And then I turn sharply, get my left arm round and walk forwards. Take her by the waist, lead her forwards and back, finish left to left, and sweep her into a first move, walk around. So, breaking down the smooth sidings, I'm starting with a right to right neck break. Normally we'd do a neck break left to right and offer the hand over the top. This time I'm going to start right to right and just raise my hand up to my shoulder to get the lady to turn into a neck break. So ladies, just let your arm relax as it comes above your face and you automatically will turn into the man's side. Then step back as normal, step forward as normal. I'm now going to turn the lady 1.5 times. And I'm going to step forward as I do that, so that I end up beside her. Now, in order to make the lady stay with me, I'm going to bring the hand down quite low, possibly even touch with my thumb to indicate this is sort of a freeze position. And then we're going to do Manhattan footwork. My right foot is on the spot, and I'm just walking left, right, left, right. Unlike a Manhattan, I don't actually care whether the lady is using the same foot as me or not, but we stay side by side. As I'm doing this, I can look at the lady, look away, so I can play around. I can even throw in some double time to really confuse her. When I've done enough of that, I just turn on the spot and scoop my left arm behind her and start walking forwards. I then let her carry on walking and I put my hands on her waist, step behind her, pull her back, and let her keep going back as I slide down her left arm and take my left hand into hers, stepping back. Then raise the left hand, stepping out of her way and turning her anti-clockwise. Her arm out like this, as it normally is for a lady, will mean that she stops when she gets there. And I quite often like to finish that with a little comb over the lady's head, down her hand and into a walk around. The lady's windmill looks like this. We start with a standard first move walk around, and then I turn the lady out and duck under her arm, and then walk around, lifting her arms up, ducking under them. When I've had enough, I stop behind and shimmy down, push the lady gently away to finish right to right. So, breaking the lady's windmill down, I start with a first move walk around. So left to right, step back, step in, and I quite often like to start my walk around by going straight in without a step back, so we get into the walk around. After I've walked around for a bit, I turn the lady out and then do an inside turn, the hand coming through the middle. I keep walking around in a circle around the lady as I turn her. I might turn her once, I might turn her twice, and then I duck under her arm. I keep it high and duck under. She'll probably stop wherever she is standing there. What I'm going to do then is just lift up the arm. Be gentle with this and try not to pull it behind the lady, and if she fights back, then abort the move. Probably best if you're tall to bend the knees to get under rather than ducking the head. And each time I'm just using the back of my left hand to raise her hand above my head so that I can go underneath and walk around her. Ladies will quite often do strange things at this point. They might start spinning, they might try and move. If anything like that happens, and if they realise what's going on and start joining in, then abort by stopping behind her, shimmying down, up, gently push her away, and finish right to right. I call this move Where'd She Go? And it looks like this. I step back right to right, start a neck break, and start walking backwards. I then start walking forwards, and the lady ducks out. I bring her up, throw her into an open first move, and finish it off. So, breaking down Where'd She Go? It starts with a neck break. I like the right to right neck break. Step back right to right, and then bring your right hand up to your shoulder. The lady relaxes into it, she turns and ends up facing beside you. Instead of taking a step back, put slight pressure on her shoulder to get good contact with your wrist and start walking backwards. The lady will walk with you. Then start walking forwards. When you want her to duck out, turn your elbow slightly up, giving her a little bit of pressure on the back of the neck. That lets her know that you want her to duck back, and she will then step out going backwards, you carry on going forwards, and you end up in a single-handed catapult position. So you can finish the catapult any way you like. The way I like to do it from here is to turn, pulling her towards me, so she bounces off my side into an open first move. And then of course you can finish the first move any way you like. If the lady knows this move, then of course she can initiate it. If the lady doesn't know this move, she may not react to it. So two interesting challenges. If you press down and nothing happens, probably best to give up and turn it into an ordinary neck break. If the lady knows the move, then she, as you're walking forward, can do the duck out anytime she likes. This is what a pop-up looks like. I step back, put both hands in mine, single-handed catapult, turn and up, step back. So, breaking down the pop-up, I start left to right, I step back offering my other hand. As I bounce in, I'm going to put my partner's right hand on top of her left hand and put my thumb very gently on top so that I've got both of her hands in mine. I step back and then I do a single-handed catapult. I step in, I step forward, the lady steps back. Now I'm going to duck and turn sideways so that I can get underneath these joined hands, and then I'm going to come up the middle and step back. So a couple of details. First of all, the lady's stationary for a couple of beats, so if she wants to, she can do a shimmy. Secondly, the gap here may not be large enough. If you think your head may get stuck or you may get slapped, then when you get to this position, just let go behind your back immediately and step back. The back lay looks like this. Standard yo-yo start, and then I'm going to turn the lady again, taking her waist and lying her down onto my back. I bring her up, and I like to finish with turning her around and dropping her into a Seducer. Bring her back up and finish. Breaking the back lay down, we step back right to right and do an ordinary yo-yo. As we get to the flat hand, I say to the lady, back lay, so she knows that I want her to turn, and then as I bring my hand down to her waist, I want her to turn again. She keeps turning until our legs are pointing in the same direction. I then lie down. I've got my right shoulder blade supporting her. I've got my arm around her waist holding her. I'm bracing myself on my left knee. The lady goes into a standard drop position with the weight on the right leg bent and the left leg pointed to give a nice line. And the lady can put her arms over her head to make it look good. I may need to extend my leg further as she goes down to get a good line. Then I come back up. The lady brings her feet together. My hand on her waist now I use to spin her. I turn her, I keep contact, I turn her again, I change my weight, change my hand, and then take her down into a second Seducer. Bring her back up, turn her out, and finish off. A simple promenade drop looks like this. I step back, bring the lady into my side and walk backwards, and then I start walking forwards and lay her down. I walk back to bring her up, turn her out, and finish off the first move. We're going to do a few different entries for the promenade drop. It's called a promenade drop because we go for a walk or a promenade before dropping her. The simplest way in is to start a first move, step back, bring the lady in, but start walk backwards immediately. That gets the lady walking side by side. It's quite nice then to transfer your hands to her shoulder blades to give her good support and start walking forwards. When you want to drop her, twist your hands and step into the line of dance. The line of dance is the line that the lady is on. In order to do this well, I have to take a big step behind her, which puts me off balance, but I'm following through with my left foot, so it's okay. And the lady drops to fall onto my thigh. I then stand up and walk backwards quickly to get the lady upright and turn out to finish. Another simple entry for the promenade drop is to do it from travelling returns. I step back left to right, I step out of the lady's line of dance and bring her through turning once. As she turns again, I get my hand on her waist, rising up to the shoulder blade, and then walk forwards, taking that big step with the right foot and the second step with the left foot to lower her. Again, bring her back up, turn her out. In these promenade drops, it's really important to get your right thigh across the lady's line of dance. So as I step behind her, it's a big step right out there, turning my foot so that my thigh is going to end up in the right place for her to land. I must then bring my left foot forward to give myself a stable position so that when I squat, this line is across the line the lady's going in. That means that when she lies down, she's lying down straight. If you instead do a small step here and end up like this, the lady's body is going to be twisted around yours as she goes down. That's not good. Get right out there, turn your foot, step forward with the other foot, let her lie down straight. One of my favourite entries to the promenade drop is a zigzag. This is like a Colombian, but the man and the woman are going in opposite directions. In a Colombian, you would go into a first move and then go side, behind, side and through. In the zigzag, we start by going into a Manhattan, and then from the forward position in the Manhattan, we turn and bring the lady into a similar move. When you're leading that zigzag, it's important to use your hand to turn the lady. Watch this hand, I bring it right across here, and then as I step forward and turn, I bring it right across there. So the hand is going from side to side, and we're turning to face opposite directions on each step. As you get to the point where you want to do the drop, again you must make sure that you step forward behind the lady, and then I lift up the left hand and twist the right hand to indicate to the lady that she's going into the drop. The double dip looks like this. Step back right to right, take the lady into a catapult, bring her forward, spin her into a drop, and bring her up, spin her back, and go down smiling. Breaking down the double dip, it looks like this. We step back right to right for an ordinary catapult. I step forward, I say double dip to let the lady know what's happening, and step forward. As I step back, I keep the hand low, and then I twist it to wrap the lady in. Spin her around as I get my right foot out of the way so that she ends up at right angles to me. My left hand goes to her shoulder, our fingertips stay hooked together here, and I take her into a little drop. The second part is quite fast. She comes up and spins on one foot as I pull on the fingertips so she comes round. My hand switches to her wrist so that I can put her hand on my face as I just bend my knees. The lady dips. It's not a drop, she's got all her own weight. We smile into each other's eyes, and then we stand up, and I can step back right to right. The snake looks like this. Step back, bring both her hands into one, step back, bring her into a sideways comb, lean, say snake, and she locks round, roll her down, roll her back, step back. Breaking the snake down, I start left to right, step back offering the other hand, bounce in, putting her hands into mine, left hand on top of right, held gently with the right thumb, step back, and now I can bring her into a comb. I'm going to raise her hands up and duck my head through. I'm going to get my left arm around her back as I step in close. So this is a lean where I'm facing in one direction and the lady is facing in a different direction. I'm then going to step out, take my weight across to the right so that the lady goes into a lean. I say snake and the lady locks her right leg around my left leg. I can then roll her. I put my hand onto her shoulder blade and I roll her, letting my other hand fall to her shoulder blade so that she's down below me. Her hands slide to my shoulder blades. This should be quite a comfortable position. If it's not, try again. I'm going to lift her back up again and then step back, getting out of her way. The static accordion and waist blocks look like this. I step back, offering my left, bring the lady into an accordion. But I'm lazy, I just stand her and make her do all the work. Then I block her waist, and then I push her forwards, and I go with her. I push her back, step in front, and finish. So, breaking down, first of all, the static accordion. I'm going to start right to right, and I'm going to offer my left as I lead the lady into a travelling return. She takes that, and then as she turns, I stop out of her way. So the lady's slot is here. So all these moves we're going to do now are in a slot, where the lady goes from end to end, and the man either gets in the slot or gets out of her way. Having got to this position, I'm then going to bring her to the other end of the slot by raising both hands, turning her and pushing her away gently. Bring her forward, turn her, push her away. To get more distance between us, you'll notice I'm going from here out to here. I'm bending my left knee and getting far away from her. So try and get some good distance, but the important thing for the man is not to move, and for the lady to keep going from end to end. Once you've got her used to walking up and down the slot, you can go for the waist blocks. So a good way to start the waist blocks is to use the static accordion. It gets the lady used to walking up and down the slot facing the same direction. As she's out to your right, you raise your hands to bring hers up out of the way, and you put your hand on her waist. Again, I'm counterbalancing. As she goes forwards, I go to the right. Then I push her back, and as she goes backwards, I go to the left. Ladies, at this point, you can style your bodies and your hands any way you like. Lots of interesting things you can try. To the right, to the left. You can also play with the music. You can go double time. If the music tells you to, you can go ba-boom, ba-boom. When you've had enough playing, then just put your hand on the lady's back and lead her forwards. As she does, you can do a crab walk. You can see that I'm moving my weight across and then bringing my feet through. My weight across and then my feet through, so that I stay side by side. When I've got as far as I want to, I just put my hand on her waist, push back and step in front, taking her hand. If you try this move in freestyle with a lady that doesn't know it, this may happen. You bring her forward, but she turns. Doesn't matter. You can do a nice move just by using the same thing, flipping, flopping, using the waist. When you've had enough, just take her hand, push her away, and turn to right. The walk away looks like this. Step back, bring the lady through, and then walk away from her. Turn back, and hope she's still dancing with you. Before you can try a walk away, you have to make sure the lady is going to react well when you lead her into this move. So to start with, just step back taking both hands, do a double-handed travelling return, getting out of the lady's line of dance so that you're facing that way and she's facing that way, plenty of room to spare. Bring her forwards, letting go, and see what she does. 90% of girls will turn at that point, so you can step back taking her hand. So that will look like this. Step back, bring her through, lead her forwards, step back taking her hand. So the walk away is just a little bit of fun if you know the lady is going to turn and face you. Later on in your dance, take both hands, bring her through on a double-handed travelling return, and get your feet aiming the opposite direction to her. Bring her forward, and as you do so, walk directly away, left, right. By this time, she's probably turned and is wondering what is happening. What you do then is you do a pivot turn. Go on both toes without moving them and turn round, and you should be just in time to offer her your hand before she walks away in disgust. Bounce back, and you're back into the dance. The blocked travelling return looks like this. We step back, I lead the lady but block her, throw her back where she came from. Do it again, throw her away, and finally let her travel through. Breaking down the blocked travelling return, we start stepping back left to right. As with all these slotted moves, the man needs to get out of the slot so the lady can go straight forwards and backwards. I'm going to raise my hand and lead her into what she thinks is a travelling return as I step out of the way. But as she comes under, I'm going to put my hand on her shoulder blade and push her straight back, stepping back myself. I usually smile and point so the lady knows that it was intentional. And now that she knows what's happening, do it again because it's fun. So bring her through, block her. Notice I'm leaning far to my left to get a counterbalance here, and then I can use my weight to push her forward back to there. Then bring her through to finish. The lazy California twirls look like this. First I do a sway but slide away to get right to left. Offer my hand high and bring the lady through. And finish. Lazy California twirls. First, what's a California twirl? It's when the man raises his right hand, the lady raises her left hand, and we walk past each other palm to palm, the lady going under the man's arm to face. I need the lady's left hand, so I'm going to step back right to right, lead her into a sway, but let go straight away, slide along her back, get well away from her, and take her left hand. As I do that, I'm going to put my left hand high so that she can see it. As she comes forward, I'm going to lead her forward with the left hand and then throw that left hand away so that she turns under the arm and far away from me. Again, leaning away if necessary to get the space. I need to put my hand up very early. As I do that, I start leading forward with my left hand, and I need to bring her forward and throw it away so that she turns underneath my arm. I get my left hand up straight away so she can see it. Bring her forward again, throw the hand away again so she turns under, and then finish off with an ordinary travelling return so that I can get back in front of her. The key to making this work is to be really, really clear. Get your hand out high early and use the hand you're connected with to throw the lady away from you. The first one usually works. The second one, the lady may not notice your hand, may want to try and take it with her right hand, may decide she wants to turn a different way. If things aren't working, just abort the move and finish. This is what flip-flops look like. I'm going to take the lady's hand into an accordion, duck under, turn her again, and get into a position where I can go from side to side. Then I'm going to turn her out to finish. I like to start the flip-flop by doing a duck spin into it. So I start with an accordion. I offer my left hand as I step back, turn the lady. As she turns, I spin myself to end up with my back against her arm. I then ripple under it. I take the head through first and then the rest of the body. My hands have got quite close together behind me. I separate them now, taking the left one up first and then the right one. Occasionally a thumb on the back of the right hand will help the lady to turn, so she ends up behind me, and I put my hands on my shoulders. And then I step to the side, taking my hand out, and smile at the lady. Hand to the other side, smile on the other side. You can flip-flop as many times as you like. You can also play with the music. So instead of going slow, slow, you can go quick, quick, quick. Or if the music slows down, you can go slow, slow. Make sure you smile every time. When you've had enough, just take the lady out by raising your left hand, pulling down with the right, and turning the lady, step back. The man's spinning top looks like this. Step back into a catapult, step back, and offer the hand to the lady. She takes it, you lead her into a walk, and then you start spinning. When you've finished, you throw her across and finish off any way you like. Breaking it down, we start right to right, step back. Normal single-handed catapult, leading the lady under, stepping forwards. I now want to start a walk around, so I'm going to step backwards, bringing my hand to my waist at the right-hand side, so that the lady has to walk with me. I'm going to offer my left hand, and she takes it. Now, I want the lady to keep walking, so I keep walking, and I give quite a pull with the left hand to get her to walk. Ladies, if you stop, you're giving the man an easy time. The faster you walk, the further he's got to spin. So keep walking. You let go once she's walking, and you start turning yourself on the spot. You raise your hand and go under your hand. You turn again and stick your arm out. As you keep turning, it will eventually hit the lady's back, and you can throw her across into an open first move position. Bring her back, turn her under. When you're doing this move, ladies, try to keep your hand just above the man's head. If you take it to the side, it tends to throw him off balance. So keep it above the head if you can. Gentlemen, you can spin by going left, right, or you can scoot by staying on the right foot and pushing with the left, whichever works for you. False offers look like this. I'm offering my left, and then I'm staying left to left. I keep offering my right to get the lady moving, and I throw an archy spin in, then offer the right to get a crossbody lead into a spin. Ladies are used to working with their right hand. This little sequence works with the lady's left hand. So first of all, I need to change hands. So I step back offering my left, bring the lady through, letting go with the right, so we end up left to left. Now I offer my right hand, and the lady is going to step forward trying to take it. Ladies, once you start moving to try and take a hand, always assume that even if the man takes his hand away, he wants you to carry on going that way. So you offer your hand, she reaches out for it, and you walk past her, raising the hand over the head, and get on the other side. It's important for you to travel fast so that you get well away from her, because if she manages to take your hand, that messes the move up. Offer it again underneath. As soon as she goes for it, get across the other side rapidly. Now here I'm going to do an archy spin. I'm going to turn the lady's hand, gentle thumb to the back of it, turn it so it's palm up to the ceiling. That tells her to roll her shoulders against mine and change sides. So we're going through on a left-handed archy, back to back, and changing sides over there. I'm going to offer again. This time I'm going to offer it and stay still. That makes the lady wrap in. So the lady wraps in tight into a cross-body lead. I can now pull back on the left hand, letting go, to spin the lady and catch. The basket spin looks like this. Standard basket into a walk around, and then spin the lady, change sides, spin the lady again, change sides, and finish. So this move starts with a standard basket walk around. We offer the other hand, step back, step in for a basket, and I like to start walking straight away, leading the lady smoothly into a basket walk around. Normally the hand stays out here. For this move, I need to bring it into the waist. The reason is that I'm going to try and get my knuckles or my thumb around the lady's waist to help me with the turn. So I usually get my hand in and get the knuckles around the back there. I then carry on the walk around, and when I'm ready, I'm going to spin the lady fast on the spot. So I'm going to pull with the right hand, thrust with my shoulder, and nudge with my fingertips to get the lady to go turn. And I turn from there to here, so I end up on her right hand side. Then, to get her back, ladies, you don't turn back. You go forwards and backwards, and the man changes sides. And then you carry on smoothly with the basket walk around. I normally do it twice. The first time maybe a bit of surprise. The second time it works more smoothly. The lady knows what's coming. So when there's the right time, I spin the lady, changing sides. I go forward and back. And the timing is that you do the walk around, you spin, you throw, you pull, and you carry on with the walk around. So the three actions come together. Spin, push, pull. Finish off like a normal basket just by stopping and unwrapping the lady. The comb uncomb looks like this. Step back, do a return into a left hand comb, and then come out of it with a reverse right hand comb. A playful little move, just a simple comb, step back. Whenever you're doing a comb with your left hand, turn the lady, usual elbow across, head through the gap, but as soon as the hand comes down, get your right hand onto her hand and then take it back again, stepping back. The spinning back pass looks like this. I step back, I change hands 3 times, and I end up on the other side. Breaking it down, I step back right to right. Now a normal back pass is where I just pull the lady behind me, let her hand slide along my back, and pick it up on the other side. That's exactly what we're doing here, only we're putting in a few hand changes and an extra couple of spins in the same time. So we step back, we step in, putting our hand behind our back to change hands. We put our hand in front as we turn to change hands again. We turn again and change hands again, ending up on the other side. So you're doing a travelling turn, you step back and then you step in with your right foot, step across with your left foot, step out with your right foot. Once you've practiced it a bit and got the feel of it, then you've got to get it up to speed. A standard back pass is 1, 2, 3. And this move is exactly the same. It's 1, 2, 3. Spin turns with free spins looks like this. We go into a first move, make it an open one, step forward on our left foot and start spinning. While we're spinning, we say spin, and the lady spins. We get back in and carry on spinning. Stop and the lady finishes out, and then you can turn her under. Breaking down the spin turn, we step back left to right, bring the lady in for a first move, and throw her hand away to get to a first move open position. I now want to step forward on my left foot as I bring her in, blocking her and starting a turn. I go left, she goes right, and now we're just going to walk left, right in a circle. We're not trying to do a penguin walk where we swing from side to side. We're trying to make a nice smooth turn that spins fast. If you lead well with your left foot outside, you can get quite high speeds up. My left foot is pulling us round, my right foot is just going up and down on the spot, and the lady's doing the same. She's just keeping one foot on the spot and walking around with the other. If you want to add the free spins in, then you say to the lady, free spin, and you pull on her waist and step back. She spins, left, right, left, right, left, right, and then you step back in and smoothly carry on the turn. When you've had enough, you just stop, the lady carries on, and then you can offer your hand to bring her out. The free spins are quite hard. It's something you need to practice with a partner. So once you get into the spin turn, you wait till you're stable, and then you pull on the lady's waist and she starts spinning. Now ladies, while you're spinning, make sure that you just keep going left, right, left, right. The timing's important for the man to get back in. And make sure your hands are in a nice balanced position so that they're not in the way and that they're not throwing you off balance. The man, at the same time, keep going left, right, while you're away from the lady. That means that when you step back in, you'll be back in synchronization with her and can carry on the turn smoothly. The spin turn pose looks like this. We start the same spin turn, and we're going left, right, and when we're ready to finish, the man just stops and goes down into a squat. The lady can pose, and then you bring her back up. You can push her down again, bring her back up, throw her through, and finish. So you're doing a nice fast, close spin turn, and you want to stop. The man just stops dead, and the lady will go out. If, as you do that, you squat, then the lady will pose as well usually. Then you can bring her back up. Do it again. Keep the hand low, keep pressure on it so she can't come forward, push away, and then you can squat and pose. I often look away from the lady, and the lady now realizes that she's got something to play with. So ladies, here's your opportunity to do anything you like with your body. When you bring her back up again, raise the left hand and push her through. The shoulder pull lunge looks like this. I step back, go into a standard shoulder pull. I say lunge. The lady goes turn, 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 and I support her. Breaking it down, I start with a standard shoulder pull. So I step back, I turn the lady, put my hand on her shoulder blade, and hold her in place so that as she turns and I push her away, I can bring my hand down onto my right shoulder like this. I then use my left hand to pull her across and my right hand to there. I say lunge. This is a choreographed move. She has to know what's coming. I'm going to turn and make sure that I take up a good position to support her as I start raising my hand over her head. She turns once. I lower the hand. She turns twice into a half Nelson. She keeps turning and wraps herself in. I keep finger to finger contact here. I put my hand on her shoulder blade to support her here, and I take a big step out to the right as she lunges forward. To finish off, I help her stand up again, and then I let go and pull very gently with the right hand to unwrap her. A few details. The shoulder pull is a standard move, but as you do it, make sure that you both step to the side rather than lean. You both need to be upright to give each of you a chance of succeeding. Secondly, as you turn, make sure that you get round so that your body is out of her way but ready to support her. Ladies, you've got to turn quite quickly. You're going round and 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 round. And then when you lunge, it's basically a lunge where you step forward and keep your own weight. So you're going into a lunge and the man is just supporting you because you're coming out of a spin. So from that position, you've got a good hand on the back to support her, and you go with her as she goes to the side. Bring her back up again and unwind gently. In and out shimmy looks like this. Step out and in, hands to the chest and shimmy. So this is a very simple move. It's just in and out, hands to the chest. You bring the hands in and let go. The lady puts them on the chest. Ladies, as you're doing that, try and time it to the music and soften your arms as you go in and bounce back out of it. And while she's got her hands on your chest, gentlemen, you can shimmy. What you need to do is practice throwing one shoulder, one side of your body forward and backward as you do the other one backward and forward. It's much better on the ladies, which leads into the next turn, which we'll do in a moment. I'm going to do the same move again, only I'm going to say my turn. So that means I'm going to go for the lady's chest. It goes like this, out and in. I throw her hands out and go for her hips. So, step back with both hands, step in, say my turn, just to make the lady think after you did a shimmy with your chest that you expect her to reciprocate. Step back, throw her hands well away and go straight for her hips. Push her away gently and catch. The finger walk looks like this. Step back, step in, bring in the lady onto your chest, and then change direction, step back. So an alternative to putting the hands on the chest is to get the lady to put one finger on the chest. As you bring her forward, throw one hand away, bring the other hand to the chest. With one finger, it appears that she can make you walk backwards. Ham it up a bit, do different footwork. When you're ready to change direction, this can be initiated either by the man or the lady. The lady could, for instance, grab your shirt and change direction, or you could start forward and she can put her hand flat on your chest. And then you go forwards. Ham it up, step back. The crab looks like this. I step back, offering my left. I bring the lady into an accordion, and then I change it into a crab. I step to the side, she steps to the side. I take her around again, I step under, to the side, and then finish off by turning her. You can start a crab from any accordion. I like to start my accordions early. As I step back right to right, I offer left straight away. And then as I raise the right to turn the lady into an accordion, I step to the side and we're already in an accordion. At any point in an accordion where the left hand is low, you can start the crab. You bring the lady across with your left hand, then you step forward, she steps back, then you step to the side. You bring her across in front again, you step under, you step to the side. So it's 3 beats. It's across and under and to the side. Across and under and to the side. And you're both walking sideways all the time, crab-like. To finish it off, you just raise the left hand, stepping out of her way, and you're back into a normal position. The backwards, forwards, sideways, down looks like this. I step back, I pretend to do a comb, I step back. I come in again, I go back, I get into a comb, and I start shimmying from side to side, leading the lady into some walks backwards and forwards, and step back. Okay, we're going to do the BFSD, the backwards, forwards, sideways, down. Not all of it yet though. We'll start with stepping back, doing a false comb. I look as though I'm going to do a comb, but then I put my hand on the lady's hip to stop her coming forwards and smile. I push her away, and this time I lower the hand and put the hand to the shoulder, block her there and smile. Step away again. This time I'm going to do a real comb. As I do, I'm going to put my left hand on her hip and start her moving sideways. So we go to the side. I then use my right hand to bring her back the other way. I then use both hands to bring her forwards and backwards. I then step away and finish. This is the down part of the backwards, forwards, sideways, down, also called a walkthrough. You need to be in this position to start with, so if you've just done the move we were talking about before, then you're in the right position. You're walking forwards, you're walking backwards, and then you put your hands on the lady's shoulder blades and you say to her, walk forwards and lie down backwards. And she goes through and back and step back. Unlike most drops, in this one the man does bend his back over. So it's up to you whether you try this move. It's not a lot of strain on it, but if you've got a bad back, don't try it. You're going to get to this position where the lady is close to you. You put your hands on her shoulder blades. As she goes through, you do a pendulum movement. You swing down and back. Try and use the momentum to get you back up again. The lady just walks until she can't go any further. She can style by pointing one leg, and then you bring her back up again, like that. She can also use her hands on your thighs to brace herself. Train triples looks like this. Turn the lady, turn the man. Rock step, triples. Smile at the lady. I turn into an open cha-cha-cha. And I finish with a breakthrough. So let's start with the footwork. For the man, he's going to step backwards with his left foot behind his right foot. Take his weight off the right foot and then step back onto it. And then step to the side. Left, right, left. Step behind with the right foot. Take the weight off the left foot. Put it back on again. Triple again. 1, 2, 3 to the side. Rock, step. 1, 2, 3. Rock, step. 1, 2, 3. Now at this point we want to turn around to face the lady. You either have to leave out a step or put an extra step in to get in synchronization with the lady. If you leave a step out, she may pause as well and you lose the move. So it's much better to put an extra step in. So you go rock, step and 1, 2, 3, rock, step, 1, 2, 3, rock, step, 1, 2, 3. So it's important to change weight on that and so that you switch feet. Now while you're doing this, the lady is behind you and may have no idea what's happening. So as you're going rock, step, 1, 2, 3 with your hand on your shoulder, just carry on and hope that she's doing something. Most ladies will pick it up very quickly. Some won't. But when you turn round and you're facing them, then they usually do pick it up and go with you. If as you start doing your triples, she wanders around to another part of the dance floor, then change the move. So with the lady, you start a normal train. Step back, return the lady with your right hand, step under the arch, right hand to the right shoulder. Step back on your left foot, and the lady may join in. As you're doing this, it's nice to look over your shoulder and smile at the lady on each side. When you want to change, you put your left hand around her, you put that extra step in, and then you go 1, 2, 3, rock step the other way. Make sure you use your spare arm, get it out nice and wide, and keep switching the lady from one arm to the other. To finish, as you go forward on the next triple, take the lady's hand and use your right hand on her hip to push her through, go through with her, and face to finish. First move double cross looks like this. Standard first move, but as I turn the lady, I'm going to turn her twice, change sides, and join her in another first move. Do it again, turn her twice, and finish in another first move. So, step by step, the first move double cross looks like this. We step back left to right, bring the lady in for a first move, turn her out. Bring her back. This is where it changes. I'm going to use my right hand to push her a little bit more than I would normally, and I'm going to keep the left hand high. I've also got a cross from the left hand side to the right hand side as I turn her twice. Once, twice. I slide my right arm behind her back just as she gets to that point so that we both step out in a standard first move position again. I repeat it going back the other way. I raise the hand, I push her under the hand, turning her once, turning her twice, and finish in a standard first move position. I bring her back, turn her under, and finish. Make this move look big, push a little bit harder than you would normal, travel faster, try and make it a long move. And if you want to, if the lady knows the move and is good at double speed turns, you can throw in some double speed ones as well. We'll show you what we mean. We step back, we come in, take a big step back, throw her forward, push her, travel with her, and step back. Throw her forward and step back. Say double speed, spin her twice as fast, and then you'll probably have to leap to get there, because she's going faster than you now, and leap to get there, and back to finish. The long walk looks like this. I step back, I bring the lady in, turn her immediately into a lady swizzle, and start walking. I bring her back, turn her, and walk forwards, turn her, and walk forwards, and then I start walking backwards, turn her again, walk forwards, turn her again, and stop. So it's called the long walk because when you get a really long expanse of dance floor, you can travel the whole length and back. Because of the studio constraints, we're taking very short steps and not many of them, but we'll tell you how you lengthen it. You can start from any basket or lady swizzle position because it doesn't matter where you start and where you stop. We'll start with a lady swizzle. I'm going to step back offering both hands, bring the lady in, raising the left, then turn her on the spot all the way so she's facing the opposite direction to me at my side. I'm then going to start walking her backwards. And I could walk quite a few steps. When I've got to the end of the room, I start walking backwards. And then I want to go forwards, so she stays on the spot while I raise my hand over her head, turn her in a basket while I walk round the back, and we end up facing the other way. We can then carry on the walk forwards. After I've walked forwards for a bit, I nudge her out so she goes into a lady swizzle again, and then I carry on walking forwards. Again, when I get to the end of the room, I start walking backwards, and then I turn her again. So these two changes, the first one here is where she's changing from a lady swizzle into a basket. In this, she turns on the spot while I walk around the back to change sides. The second change is when she changes from a basket into a lady swizzle. Here, while continuing to walk slowly, I nudge her out so that she turns while she's walking, and we can carry on the walk in that direction. You finish just by finishing a basket or a lady swizzle in any normal manner. This is a section about how to finish a dance with something a bit different, not just an ordinary drop. We'll start with a drape. We start left to right, we step back, I bring the lady into a comb, and I go down as far as I can. So breaking it down, I step back left to right, I start a normal left-handed comb, bringing my elbow forward, going through the loop, and I bring the lady in really close. I want to get her leaning on my side. She can brace herself with her hand. Once I've got her there, I can let go with this hand, and then with our legs close together here, I start going out. If my foot won't slide, I just edge it out bit by bit and go down as far as I can with the lady lying on my side. Brace myself on my right knee. If the dance finishes there, fine. If it doesn't, then I don't try to stand up straight away. I first of all shift our weight back to the left, then stand up and step apart. The basket sit looks like this. Offer two hands, wrap the lady in, sit her down. So, basket sit, breaking it down, start left to right, step back offering the other hand. Wrap her into a basket. Normally we'd finish up side by side. In this case, I want to make sure that my right foot's in the right place, so as I wrap her in, I put my right foot behind her. I'm then going to bring my hands down to her hips and use a downward pressure as I squat to get her to sit down on my leg. Some ladies may try and lean back, so use your shoulder to keep her upright. You can finish there. If you want to stand up again though, you just stand up, raise the left hand, turn her out. The spin and sit looks like this. I start from a first move walk around, go into a half Nelson, and then spin the lady out, kneel down, spin her in, and sit her. So the spin and sit can be done from a standard backhander. I prefer to do it from a first move walk around, but both of them work. So starting with the first move walk around, I step back, I bring the lady in, and I start walking. I then take the lady's hand while we're walking, and I put it behind her back, twist it, and pass it across to my other hand, where I hook in finger to finger. All that happens while I'm walking. When I'm facing the direction I want to do the kneeling in, I take my hand off her shoulder where I may have placed it to stop her turning out, pull on the fingertips, and kneel down, leaving my left knee up. When I get to the extremity of the spin, I pull back to make her spin and use my hand on her waist to lead her in to sit down. We stare at each other lovingly, and then I lift her with both hands on the waist and spin her clockwise, stepping back, taking her hand. Here are a few points to help you with this move. First of all, when you try to put the lady's hand behind her back, she may resist. Just keep a very gentle pressure on until she realizes that you really do want her to go into a half Nelson. Once you've got there, she may start to turn out immediately. To stop her doing that, put your hand straight away, very gently, on her upper arm, just to keep her close to you. Then you can continue the walk around as you wish. When you spin her out, you push with your hand gently, pull with the other hand, get to there, she wraps in, you turn around, put the hands on the waist. Now, some ladies think they're going to do a drop here, so it's a good idea to get this left hand fairly high up on the back of the lady's back, so that as you sit her down with a bit of downward pressure here, she can't lean back. The kiss looks like this. I step back right to right, return the lady, go into a comb, say kiss, and go down. So, doing the kiss step by step, we step back right to right, I do a simple return on the lady, and then come into a comb. As I go into the comb, I say kiss. I put my hand on her cheek and she puts her hand on mine as we both kneel with our right leg back. We go down as far as we wish and smile at each other. If you want to finish there, that's fine. If you want to get back up again, you just start coming up slowly. The lady will follow you, and then you step back right to right. The navel gaze looks like this. Step back, return the lady, and drop. What the man does is drop onto a bent right knee while sticking his left leg out to the side. So you need first of all to practice doing that. Try and get your legs straight, toe pointed. And before you do it, make sure you're not going to trip anybody up. When you're doing it with a lady, you do it on any return. As you return the lady, get ready, and as she comes round, little drop and stay down there. If you don't want to finish the dance there, and the lady knows it, you can ham it up. She can put her hand under your chin, lift you back up again, push you away on the chest, and catch left to right. This is the end, beautiful friend, the end.